There are two other instances of smelling and tasting that I can think of that remind me of my childhood when I was living in Houston. There's one of... there's a certain fragrance, and I can't exactly identify it, but it's the same fragrance that was in my childhood friend's home. And I remember playing on their N64 a lot whenever I visited. So we got to play like Pokemon Stadium minigames. We got to play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, Mario 64. That was my first experience playing that too.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
I remember hanging out in their room once, listening to the radio, and Blue Dabba D came on the radio.
Yeah, I remember when that was big. That was real big.
Yeah, and we were playing with little Pokemon erasers as well.
I remember those. Yeah, this would have been like what? Like the turn. This would have been like year 2000 or like somewhere maybe just a little after that.
Yeah. It was 99, 2000-ish when things were starting to get real popular.
Yeah. Because, like, Pokemon had been out for, like, a year and a half by then, and every company had realized this thing prints money, you know?
So we were playing with, like, Pokemon little figurines and little Pokemon erasers. There was a Bulbasaur one, a Pikachu one, Squirtle, Charmander. And I think they gave me the Bulbasaur one, so I got to go home and play with that whenever I wanted. And, yeah, so that particular smell, or even listening to Blue Dabba D, makes me think of those times. And it makes me really happy. And then when the second thing I was thinking of for my childhood was drinking grape juice. This is a bit of a brief one, but drinking grape juice. Back when I was in elementary, like kindergarten era, I went to a after school area for hanging out while my parents were still at work. And during one of my visits there, we were watching the Inspector Gadget movie.
That movie was awful, by the way.
It was. I didn't know that though.
Yeah.
But I don't remember the movie that much anyway. Even though I've watched it recently and I know kind of what it's about, I don't remember anything about it. The only thing I remember is that most of the time during that movie, I would go over to the water cooler in the room at the time and just get a new cup of grape juice and just drink the grape juice. So, grape juice always makes me think of the school that's called Big Little School, the little hangout place. Which coincidentally is also the first time I played Pokemon, my very first video game.
Oh, yeah. I know. I remember you told me all about how you got introduced to Pokemon forever ago.
Mm-hmm. It was in the rec center at Big Little School. Some kid was playing on his Game Boy Color, and I didn't know what was going on, so I was like watching over his shoulder, and it's like, oh, these little creatures are showing up, and what's this all about? Whoa! Yeah. And at some point, I think he left his Game Boy on the table off somewhere else. So I turned it on and played a little bit for myself, and that's what spurred me on to ask my mom later, hey, can I get a Game Boy Color and Pokemon Red? And so I got it. And that was my very first video game.
Which is also a great story, and I love that it somehow keeps coming back to Pokemon, just coincidentally.
Yeah.
Because, like, again, none of us have ever been PokeTubers. We've all done Pokemon stuff before. It's just we're not PokeTubers, you know? Mm-hmm. It's just undeniable that Pokemon has had a really big influence on our generation. It was fucking unavoidable.
Mm-hmm. And now it's as big as ever because of, like, there's a new group of people coming in with Pokemon Go. There's the long-standing fans who have been there since Gen 1, 2, even up to, like, 5. And it's just Pokemon's in full swing, and they just celebrated like this whole saga of Pokemon recently. During one of their directs recently, they announced like more Crown Tundra details, which is that new expansion for Sword and Shield. But at the end of it, they showed a music video of it just showed off a lot of the characters and motifs of the old games, and it had a really nice backing track, and it was just really nice animation. Like, I think I and a lot of other Pokemon fans who had watched that direct really took to that music video because it reminded us just of what we loved about the series.
Yeah, there's something magical about cracking open a new Pokemon game and just experiencing all the new shit. Catching new Pokemon and stuff, and not knowing what's good or bad yet. A little bit of the magic is pulled away once you start going on Bulbapedia, but, you know, that's You can play the game however you want to play the game, obviously. Some people enjoy it more when they see how the sausage is made. So, I don't know, it's just all kinds of different ways you can enjoy the games.
Yeah.
Also, I've made no progress the whole episode. I've literally been grinding for the last probably over an hour.
Oh yeah, I never mentioned it, but I beat Winona and I've moved on to the next route.
Ah. You know what I did this morning?
What's that?
I started a Jigglypuff challenge in Pokemon Fire Red. Or sorry, Fire Red. In Pokemon Red. I knew it was going to be hard because the stats are very, very, very lopsided, and also in Gen 1. Jigglypuff is worse in Gen 1 because its special stat is based on its lower, not its higher number. So it's got 25 special rather than 25 special defense and 45 special attack.
Oh dear.
So it's even worse. But there was one thing I didn't anticipate until I started researching it right when I was about to start playing. It doesn't learn Pound until level 9, only has Sing. So I was grinding on Kakuna and Metapod with Struggle. Then I had to grind up until I could beat Brock. Now, in the process, I discovered what's probably a glitch. Shocker, I know, glitches in Pokemon Red.
Perish the thought.
So I had Sing and I had Disable when I was fighting Brock, right? So I get to his Onix, and he uses Bide. I put him to sleep. Now in Gen 1, when you put someone who's using Bide to sleep, it doesn't like stop the move or interrupt the move. It just, you know, whenever they wake up, the counter will continue wherever it was and they'll finish the move at whatever time they were already going to before, you know? If it was 2 turns, then it's gonna do the full 2 turns, and sleep will just delay it, right? But while he was asleep, I used Disable, and in Gen 1, it hit a random move. It hit Bide. When he woke up from sleep, instead of storing power or biding his time, it would say Bide is disabled and move on in the battle dialogue. And then he unleashed his power, and it said, but nothing happened, as if I had done no damage to him. I think what happened was, he was asleep, and Bide was disabled, and because the game has so little room for data, and it always overwrites stuff when you start overlapping effects, you know, like Substitute fucks with the game really bad for this, because it uses up so much data and the game doesn't have much RAM to store things, so it starts reading things improperly. It forgot that I dealt damage. It just wiped it. So even though I did damage to it, well, it was using Bide and Asleep. And if you just put it to sleep while it's using Bide, when it wakes up, it'll hit you. That stacked with the Disable made it forgot that I had dealt damage and I didn't get hurt on the Bide. And then the next time, I just used Disable without Sleep. It disabled Bide while he was using it. And every turn for like 4 rounds, it would just give the dialogue, Bide was disabled, and I just kept being able to beat him up. And I never got to see the conclusion to that because he fainted before he unleashed the power. I don't know if that one would have hurt me.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I kind of want to try that in another generation sometime just to see, like, does it still behave that way? Because if it still behaves that way, it must have been intentional. But I don't think that was intentional because he took damage during Bide and did not deal the damage back to me. So, I don't know.
What if you disabled Rage? What would happen?
I don't know. That's another weird one, because Rage was very strange in how it worked in Gen 1.
Because it locked you in.
Yeah, it locked you in. It stopped using power points after you used it once. And also, it's 100 accuracy. Now, in Gen 1, 100 accuracy is not 100 accuracy. Any move in the game has a 1 in 256 chance of missing. In fact, I missed with Pound earlier today in one of those gym leader fights, by the way, which is a 100 accuracy move. It happens. You can miss with fucking Swift in Gen 1. It's hilarious.
Yikes.
Yes, I have missed with Swift before. I think on screen in a challenge once. I don't remember. In fact, in my first ever Pokemon challenge, I didn't notice it at the time, but I did miss with a 100 accuracy move during, I think, the Pokemon Champion fight, and I just didn't notice it because I didn't realize that was a 100 accuracy move. So, you know, I didn't know anything was out of the ordinary there. But anyway, if Rage misses after you've already hit it once, if it misses due to the 256 glitch, you'll still keep using it. But if your initial use of Rage misses because of 256, then it behaves as normal and does not lock you in until you use it again and hit. So theoretically, you could run out of power points on Rage in one battle by missing it 20 times in a row.
But that is really low chances.
Yeah, like the chances, like it's statistically impossible, which means not impossible, but like you're more likely to get struck by lightning 10 times right now in the house you're in. Like it's not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, fun fact, Gen 1 is not programmed very well.
Breaking news!
You can't
the
really
king
blame
of pop
them.
has died.
You can't really blame them though, because honestly, when they were making the game, they weren't a big studio yet, 1. And 2, they were working with a fucking Game Boy cart. There's like no room for anything on that thing. Of course weird shit's gonna happen. Like, right now, anybody watching, go boot up your copy of Pokemon Red or Blue or any of the Gen 1 ones. Go find a
The
Ditto.
Gen 11s.
Use a Ditto, use Transform, or I think you can even do this if the opponent uses Transform. Go to your status screen after someone's used Transform and look at their status menu of the Ditto. And like, it will vertically draw all the strips of their sprite and jumble them. And then when you go back into the battle, like everyone's sprites are jumbled because the data it uses to display your new sprite when you transform is in your RAM, and so they just overwrote the other one for the battle, and so if you go to check it, everything just fucks up. It can't damage your cart, it's completely harmless, and the second you finish the battle, everything is fixed. It's just a funny little thing that shows you, oh, they had no RAM back in those days, like... That's why the Missingno glitch happens, is like, if you talk to the old man and do the battle tutorial, there's a new sprite in that battle of the old man's back, so they had to overwrite something. So what they overwrote was the data that says what enemies you'll encounter in that area, because it doesn't matter, because you're in a town, and it'll get refreshed when you walk into a new route anyway. But if you use that and you fly to Cinnabar, so it doesn't refresh, because that's another town, and you surf on the rightmost strip of water, that still counts as in town. And so it will just read whatever your last wild encounter area thing is. So, you know, if that was Pokemon Mansion, then in the water, you'll find Grimer and Growlithe. But if you overwrote that with garbage text by doing the tutorial, then you surf up and down, you get garbage Pokemon, like Missingno. So there you go, that's how that worked. It's literally just space limitations. They were doing the best with what they had, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you emulate an NES game and you see like weird jumbled pixels on the right and left borders of the screen. Those would normally be covered by the overscan of an old CRT monitor, so they would use that part of the screen to put garbage just to have more room for data, you know? That's where they would store things physically on screen because they knew TVs wouldn't be able to see it.
Mm-hmm.
But then later became out with TVs that could see that.
And then you go back and watch those old things.
Go back and watch those old things.
Now, okay, so like, so in my head, I'm imagining, what if you were somehow able to capture what was shown on an old TV screen where they were storing the garbage data, and then you rewatch that on a mainstream TV. Like, I know that it wouldn't matter, like, if you were watching an old TV show on an old CRT versus on one of these modern ones.
Yeah, that doesn't matter much.
But what if you were able to capture what was shown on that old TV and then project that onto a modern TV? Just blow it up and, like, upscale it.
Blow it up, upscale it, and put overscan on it?
Sure.
You could do that. I know that a lot of emulators actually have stuff like that built in that you can turn on in the filters. Personally, I'm not a big fan of emulator filters. It's just never been my thing.
We call
like
that nostalgia filters.
Yeah, I personally just prefer having it look as crisp and nice as possible, rather than looking more accurate, I guess you would say, to what it would have been at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand why people prefer those filters. A lot of people think that, you know, you look at those old games, you want it to look how you thought it looked back then. But I can't picture things in my head, so I don't have preconceptions like that. So I just kind of take it as it is. Bad graphics have never bothered me, you know?
Yeah, the River Cedar Ransom Underground actually has a filter that lets you look at it as though it's a CRT.
That's really cool. I like that the option is there, even if I'm not, I'm not going to use it, but I like that the option's there for other players.
And I know Rayman Legends had a bunch of music stages that, when you revisited them later on in the game, they actually added a bunch of crazy filters just to give it some extra level of challenge.
So, I'm trying Winona again. I'm honestly not confident, because I haven't leveled up, like, a massive amount. But, I've been grinding for about an hour. I'm willing to give it another try and just see how it goes. I already don't remember a lot of her team. Outside of, like, Liepard is first, so I have my Pokemon that I made to deal with Liepard out first. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with the Crawfish Cannon, with Minimize and Hydro Pump, because good god. How are we doing on time, by the way, in terms of when we're wrapping up on the next 23 minutes, was it?
Yeah, something like that. Let's see. I think an hour 33 would have been the last segment, and we're up to about an hour 46 right now.
Yeah, we're like an hour and 46.
So we're about halfway through another episode.
All right, we'll top off this episode then, so I can get back to work on grinding for the water gym.
Oh boy.
I haven't gotten to Mount Moon yet, but I just fucking know I'm gonna have to grind, because I have already seen how well it's been going to that point. Well, maybe if I get lucky with Sing. By the way, did you know that in Gen 1 only Brock has 10 full heals?
I do now.
You would never find that out, because you don't have, like, many status affliction moves before the first gym. And, unless you have Bulbasaur, but if you have Bulbasaur, you have Vine Whip, Legitimately, he will use 5 full heals on Geodude and 5 full heals on Onix.
Ridiculous.
What the fuck? Like, why? Why does he do that? I don't understand. Why? Who decided to give him that? I just don't understand. And it's only in red, blue, and I think yellow. It's not in the remakes, I don't think. And it's not the other gym leaders. It's not like every gym leader just has a bunch of these. It's just Brock, and it's just full heals. He doesn't even have a potion. Like,
nope.
It's so fucking weird. I don't understand. Like, I almost wonder if it's a glitch, kind of like how in the second last rival fight in Gen 1, your rival uses a regular potion. Do you want to know why?
Why is that?
It's because he's standing in the same place that you could have optionally fought him earlier, and he has a potion in that fight. And so the trainer data on what items they have are based on the route, not the battle.
All right.
And so he still just has a potion, so his AI is like, oh, I better heal. What do I have for heal? I have potion. And so they just use a potion. Illegally, mind you. They will illegally use a potion during a round in second. Like, you'll be faster and they'll use a potion second because you did enough damage.
Yep.
In Gen 1, they pick their move the moment before they use it, not at the actual round start. So, like, if you use Tackle and you hit them first and they're at low health now, they will use a potion in that moment illegally. It's bullshit.
So I'm at the Lily Cove department store right now, and I'm looking at the TMs. Not a whole lot of great things here, but there's King's Shield, which is a Gen 6 move. That it's Protect, but it only protects against attacking moves, and it if you get hit by, or if you get targeted by a physical attack, I think it lowers the attack and special attack of the target. I think I have that generally in the right definition.
Sorry, what was the name of the move again?
Okay, King's Shield. It protects you against only physical and special attacks.
Okay.
And if you...
I'm not familiar with that move.
If you use a physical...
Slow King move?
No, it's an Aegislash move.
I don't think I know that Pokemon by name.
He's the ghost, the Steel Ghost Sword and Shield.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do like that Pokemon line, actually. I think that one looks pretty cool.
So, it'll lower the attack, and I think special attack, I might be wrong on that part, harshly, so 2 stages, if the attacking Pokemon hits King's Shield with a physical move.
Speaking of, by the way, Winona's second Pokemon is Doublade. Doublade? Doublade?
Doublade, because it's a double blade.
Okay. And it's got Aqua Jet! God damn it!
Just a lot of water moves.
I was using Eruption, too. Okay, I still one-shot him, at least.
That's good. Oh wait, is there anything up on the roof? A la Gen 1 with the drinks.
Ooh, I got speed on Slater. Lost special defense. I don't know if that'll be... Oh, it's Claw Tizer. I'm switching.
Klowitzer.
Klowitzer. Maybe Weepin' Bell? I don't have a grass move, but I have Poison Tail. And I have adaptability. I have Lovely Kiss on him. Let's go for that.
Yeah, you can put him to sleep.
By the way, I've already recorded a Pokemon Platinum Eevee run with adaptability. Hasn't gone up yet. It's not sure if it's going to be up before or after this. I'm still editing it. But I thought it would be a breeze because Stab Return with a 20% power-up Silk Scarf and adaptability so it's double damage on Stab. Like, I thought that would just be a total run-killing sweep move, right?
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers incoming. Spoilers incoming. I had to be level 100 to beat Bertha, and I still only beat Bertha through luck.
Tuh.
It was unfucking believable.
That
the
does
brick
check
wall
out
that
if she has rock Pokemon.
Yeah, she was awful. And that was me. And the thing is, I had Dig just for the things that it double resisted, like Rhyperior. Was it Rhyperior? It was something.
Rhyperior single resists it.
Yeah. Sorry, I
so
had
like
Dig
Bastiodon,
for...
I guess.
Yes, that's what I had Dig for in the Steel Gym. Because, like, if Return is resisted and Dig is super effective, Return is still stronger because of adaptability and the Silk Scarf. But if it's double resist in comparison to double super effective, then super effective all the way. Problem is, Bertha has a Sandstorm going the whole time, which undoes if I use the Shell Bell. And I wouldn't get all the one-shots I needed without the Silk Scarf. So I was kind of fucked. It was really goddamn difficult. I don't even remember how I won in the end. I think I got a lucky critical hit. And that's all that saved me on one of the attempts. I had to start using Swagger just to get people to waste turns. Like, because if I used Dig, they'd Earthquake me underground.
At
Also,
that point,
I might
just
actually
use
beat Winona.
while you're digging. Just use King's
petition.
Shield while you're digging.
I'm just gonna petition Miyamoto.
Hmm.
Now, I remember Nidoqueen, last Pokemon of the team, I remember motherfucker has Levitate, so I need to be careful.
Yeah, if you still have Clefairy available, Relic Song will hit it hard.
Relic Song will hit it hard, but I think I'd get more out of Surf.
On Clefairy or something else?
With Clefairy. Higher damage, both special. I'm gonna go Surf. And they were faster, and they're using Clear Smog, and I have, like, no health, and I'm down. Damn it. Okay, it's not over yet. I might have something here. Maybe I could paralyze it with Bounce on Fearow. No, was it happen? Shelgon. Maybe? I gotta double check the moves.
I'm looking in the Safari Zone right now for some cool things. And when I say cool things, I of course mean the one thing that I really want because I know it's in this game because it's Gen 3. And I've encountered one already, so it should appear in the Dex Nav as a silhouette.
Oh shit, it has Coil!
Uh-oh.
Oh god, and I'm doing like a sliver to it and it's just powering up. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, Ember, can I burn it maybe?
What's
Come
up, Fennekin?
on. Come on, burn it, burn it, burn it, burn it. Okay, just finish me off and don't use Coil more, please.
I forgot the Safari Zone in this game, you can actually battle the Pokemon.
Can you?
Yeah.
I didn't remember
It's either
that.
something I forgot, or this is just a randomizer quirk.
I know you couldn't in Emerald.
Yeah, Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire, you definitely could not. It behaved like a regular Safari Zone.
Okay, Fearow, Super Fang. This might still be salvageable. God, it's building up Coil. This is scary.
Where else can I
Attack,
access?
defense, and accuracy. Fuck.
Where else can I access in this Safari Zone with the Mach Bike?
Please
I
don't
did
have
like
hyper
that the
potion.
Safari Zone here, you were able to access different parts of it with different bikes.
Yeah, that is cool. Motherfucker, hyper potion. I had him in red health on the last Pokemon, and I was going for flying. That would have done it. It's not necessarily over yet.
It's hard to tell what that bottom right silhouette is supposed to be. There's Elgium, Simisear, Golem, and Zorua, I think. I should put on a repel just in case. Golem!
Okay, at least Queen's attacks are all really, really bad. It's using Sand Tomb and Clear Smog.
Yeah, no, that's not happening for it.
Like, it's not really doing anything, even with coin. Okay, it's in red health. They didn't try to heal again. I've super fanged it as much as I can, doing reasonable damage. Fly isn't gonna do much because all the defense buffs, but what are you gonna do? I think I've won. This is gonna take a minute.
Yeah, same area here.
You know, now that I think about it, that Eevee run might be the first time I've ever resorted to Swagger in a Pokemon challenge. Because in the end, I only needed like 1 or 2 more turns to be... Like, if I had 1 or 2 more turns of not getting hit, I knew I could win the fight. So I decided Swagger would do that then. Because Rest wouldn't really pay off. I needed my other moves too badly, and then I get hit a lot of times, and the thing that ruined me was at level 100, I had like 80 defense. And Bertha's all about Earthquake, so that's really nasty. Alright, I actually beat Winona.
Congratulations, you spent almost 2 hours on it.
Well, I often spend 2 hours just grinding in a forest, so I guess that's not so bad.
Yeah, you got to grind out in the open air a little bit.
Where did I want to fly? I wanted to fly to, where's Route 116?
I don't remember off the top of my head, honestly.
Here it is. Okay, it's the one that leads you to the Rustboro tunnel thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the one where you run down to go save the
one with the Ninkatas.
The Wingull. Yeah, the Ninkata route. Which is a place I have to grind in often in Emerald runs, unfortunately, because that's the highest experienced Pokemon you can fight before Roxanne, and, you know, any game that opens with a Rock Gym in some single Pokemon challenges, you simply have no choice but to grind like crazy. Which, unfortunately, is many of the games I play. Oh yeah, how we doing on time?
We're pretty much good to save and quit if you're ready.
All right, yeah, I'm good to go then. I'll just save by the grass so I don't go forgetting that this is what I was doing.
And I'll save in the Safari Zone, because then I'll remember that I actually do need the Mach Bike if I want that HM up, or the TM up there. And
hell yeah, you want that. That could be something fucking awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I got Sketch from Winona.
Yeah.
So infinite use Sketch? Hell yeah, I can just get whatever move I want at that point.
Yeah, that's honestly really fucking cool. And I actually forgot to check what I got from Winona. I should check that right now. I got Icicle Crash.
Not terrible. Pretty good physical ice move.
Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. I don't really need it right now, but... And none of my Pokemon, I think like one of them could learn it, but not bad. Maybe I'll use it at some point.
Yeah.
But Sketch, that's a fucking good find.
Oh yeah.
What I will say, rounding back to a point from over an hour ago, like everyone has their different amount of how much randomness they like in a randomizer. It's a shame that the randomizer didn't work perfectly for this, because you know what? One of my probably one of my favorite things is in randomizer is when you randomize the items, everything suddenly becomes a scavenger hunt, and that's really fun. Because you never know what you're gonna get. You know, at any moment you could get like leftovers or some badass TM.
Yeah.
And I think reusable TMs is so much fun when you have randomized TMs. Because anytime you get a new TM, it's like, this could really radically change how you play. So yeah.
And especially when TM compatibility, too, is randomized.
Yes.
It's like you can give a Magikarp, fucking Oblivion Wing.
Yeah, you can give it Elder Scrolls Oblivion Wing.
Yeah, and then its sequel, Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim Pulse.
You know, my upcoming Oblivion challenge, which I just finished yesterday. Obviously I still need to do all the editing and voiceover and all that stuff, but we just finished the challenge yesterday. Elder Scrolls Oblivion, 2 people, 2 players, 1, character. So it's me on the mouse.
That was also the other name of a internet sensation that went around for a few years.
Yes, definitely. But I use the mouse, Truth uses the keyboard, and we're controlling the same character. And it's really, 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 really hard because it's a first-person game. So, anytime I turn, he has to adjust, so we have to, communicate verbally. And also, it's done over Parsec because I live in Ontario, Canada. He lives in Tennessee, and so there's a half-second of input delay. There were some, and then he just decided to fuck with me half the time. He decided, I'm gonna turn on auto walk.
It was gonna be that eventually.
Yeah, there were moments where he's like, he would turn on auto walk, which is the same as holding W, you just keep walking forward, and made me fight a wolf out in the woods. And so I can't stop running forward, so I keep running past him, and he keeps hitting me in the back and stuff. It was great. There were so many chaotic, funny moments like that are gonna make the video. I'm really happy with that. I hope it turns out in the edit.
Alright, so next time on this, more me looking for Kecleon, I guess, and more ramblings, more stories, more progression.
Basically a podcast.
Hooray!